Washington, D.C. with the latest on the Wisconsin redistricting case.
And the rain and storms are on their way.
And a local woman holds the national record to a German tradition. The News at 10 starts now. You're watching the CBS 58 News at 10.
Josh said that Steve was shot in the back or the front. He wasn't sure and fell down. His eyes were closed.
A Brookfield father loses his only son in the Las Vegas attack. Wauwatosa native Steve Berger was one of the thousands of people attending the Country Music Festival.
His mother tells us Berger was celebrating his birthday with friends. CBS 58's Amanda Porterfield spoke with a former classmate and reports from Wauwatosa West High School.
Las Vegas shooting victim Steve Berger was a varsity basketball player here at Wauwatosa West High School, and today I spoke to one of his teammates who says he's devastated by the loss.
Hey, he had a lot of hair back then too.
Antoine Parks played center at Wauwatosa West High School, and Steve Berger was his teammate for 3 years.
He was just that guy. He was always friendly. You know, he smiled. You know, always in a good positive manner. So, you know, Steve was that guy next door that everyone just was happy just to be around.
Berger. New video shows the chaotic scene outside the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. It was recorded by a Las Vegas police officer's body camera, and gunshots can be heard in the background of the footage. The video shows officers directing people to take cover while they try to figure out where the rounds are coming from. At one point, officers huddle near a police vehicle where one of the officers was shot.
Police say they're learning more about the gunman, Stephen Paddock, who killed 59 people, injured more than 500 others. New photos from inside the hotel suite show Paddock dead on the floor, surrounded by ammunition. Police found 23 guns and rifles in the room, along with 12 bump stocks, which are legal devices added to semi-automatic guns that allow them to function like fully automatic weapons. Police also said Paddock set up cameras, including one on a food service cart outside.
We spoke with a local doctor today about how to talk to your children about the tragedy in Las Vegas. You can find that interview on the homepage of CBS58.com.
And some much needed rainfall could be on the way. Let's take a look right now at Ready Doppler. Most of the scattered showers starting to approach the western parts of our area, but overnight tonight, chance for a shower or even a rumble of thunder is a possibility. Good news, no severe weather. In fact, as we track.
Thank you, Drew. New details about the man accused of shooting at 2 people on I-43 in Milwaukee County. Prosecutors say Jonathan Perez knew the victims from work. Perez appeared in court today. Authorities say his girlfriend was with him at the time of the shooting and turned him in.
For southeastern Wisconsin, this is an absolute game changer.
This will be the largest investment from a foreign-based company in U.S. history as measured by jobs.
It's been more than 2 months since the major Foxconn Wisconsin deal was announced. Well, tomorrow we'll finally learn where that massive facility is going to go.
CBS 58's Kristen Barbarisi is live in Racine County with those details and what comes next. Kristen?
That announcement is happening here in Sturtevant at the IMET Center at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, and already job openings for that Foxconn facility are popping up on job sites. State Senator Van Wanggaard is keeping tight-lipped about the final Foxconn location just hours ahead of the official announcement.
I probably figured it out about a month and a half ago.
We know it will be built in Racine County, and speculation is focused on an area south of Highway 11 in Mount Pleasant.
New video tonight of a suspected burglar in Sheboygan. Police posted footage to YouTube. Video recorded outside Jake's liquor store shows the suspect trying to pry open the front door using a crowbar. They tell us this person may have broken into 10 businesses, possibly more. If you know the suspect, call Sheboygan Crime Stoppers. The number's on your screen. You can get a cash reward if your tip leads to an arrest.
Roadside memorials are popping up throughout Milwaukee, remembering pedestrians killed this year and hoping to remind drivers to be aware. Already in 2017, 17 pedestrians have been killed.
A Milwaukee alderman wants the city to install red light cameras. This after a driver ran a red light, killing a 27-year-old woman and her 11-month-old daughter. Alderman Tony Zielinski wants the state legislature to allow the city to install a red light camera system citywide. He says these cameras would save lives, make drivers slow down, and bring in revenue from tickets.
The Supreme Court heard arguments today in Wisconsin's gerrymandering case.
CBS 58's Brendan Cullerton, the only local reporter in Washington, D.C., tells us why their decision could change how you elect your lawmakers.
Hundreds flocked to the U.S. Supreme Court today to see if justices would make history and decide that Wisconsin's election maps are unfair to Democrats, who got some help from an unexpected source. Arnold Schwarzenegger says there's a reason 98% of congressmen get reelected despite low approval ratings.
The reason is because it's a fixed system. It's a fixed system. That's what gerrymandering is all about.
Gerrymandering means drawing election maps in a way that packs voters into certain areas to gain an advantage. A federal court ruled Wisconsin's crossed the line by taking away too much power from Democratic voters.
Taking people's vote away suppresses democracy. It suppresses participation in the very idea of America.
What do we want? Representation! When do we want it? Now!
Some justices agreed, but not all. Some said courts shouldn't be involved in the political process, and striking down Wisconsin's maps could lead to state maps all over the country being challenged in court.
The court is very reluctant to step into the constitutional role of the political branches, and I'm thrilled to see that concern reiterated today by a wide variety of the justices.
Justices also want a definitive test on when gerrymandering goes too far.
They don't really have a test, and I think that's going to be one of the things that the justices really struggle with.
But opponents of gerrymandering say lawmakers aren't going to stop helping themselves, so the courts are the only option.
So I say it is time to say hasta la vista to gerrymandering. And it is time to terminate gerrymandering.
The Slender Man stabbing case made headlines nationwide. Both Morgan Geyser and Denisa Wire will not face jail time for stabbing a classmate, nearly killing her. Both girls took a plea deal. Tonight, we're learning how Geyser's attorneys prepared for trial.
This is a process very similar to what happens on the CBS drama Bull. Lindsay Branwell shows us how close the show is to reality.
Does anyone on the panel have any medical problems that would prevent you from devoting your full attention to this trial?
In their last year of law school, these students are using Marquette's mock trial room to prepare for the real thing one day.
Are you both prepared to be a juror if this case should happen to continue forward?
This concept isn't just for amateurs. Practicing lawyers do this too.
It's a good way to get a feel for what you're facing when in the real case.
Now jury consulting is a household term thanks to the CBS primetime drama Bull.
TAC profiles every potential juror. What they click on, likes, keywords.
Dozens of mock trials have been conducted for a well-known local case, the Slender Man stabbing.
Police say the suspects were inspired by a character on a website.
With the details of the crime in the media and on the internet, Morgan Geyser's legal team brought on 2 real-life Dr. Bulls, and they're no stranger to the courtroom. Amy Singer consulted for the O.J. Simpson, Michael Jackson, and Casey Anthony trials. Rob Rosenberg works right in our backyard. He was in the courtroom when Saved by the Bell actor Dustin Diamond was charged a few years ago. Those who have conducted mock trials for the real cases say Bulls got a few things wrong.
Every slight, real or imagined. I want to know when she didn't get picked for the kickball team. I want all of it.
Real jury consultants don't cross any privacy lines, but they still do their research.
We're not interested in whether they shop at Kmart or JCPenney's. What we're interested in is what are their value beliefs, like petitions that you saw on maybe on change.org.
You won't always see a mock trial that looks like this.
How many find the defendant not guilty?
Amy and Rob find mock jurors on Twitter and then stream different parts of the trial.
They're in the comfort of their home. They're in a comfortable place. They're in their living room. They could be wearing their pajamas.
Many of you may not have ever heard of Slender Man before.
This is from one of those sessions. Mock jurors saw this same exact footage a couple of weeks ago.
Saw that Slender Man is a male. He's anywhere from 4 to 8 feet tall.
In a case like this, we have found that a lot of people might misunderstand the facts in the case based upon what they see on television, what they see in the news.
Even though going to trial is where their hard work shows, these jury consultants know a mock trial isn't always practice for the real thing.
And sometimes I'll say, hey, you know what? Fold. Know when to hold, know when to fold, because sometimes we're wrong.
Geyser's lawyers couldn't go into specifics of what was covered in the mock trials. We'll learn that on Thursday when we sit down with them after her plea hearing.
So what a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. With that high of 82, we should be right around 63 for a high. We don't get a lot of 80-degree temperatures in Milwaukee in the month of October. In fact, we average just one.
That's right. The official name of the sport, if you'd like to call it that, is Masskrug-Stemmen. Masskrug meaning Stein, Stemmen meaning hold. And she says that she entered a local contest on a whim, and it brought her all the way to New York.
What are you going to fill it up with?
Hofbrau.
Filled to the line, the Stein weighs a little more than 5 pounds.
It's not necessarily like super exciting to watch until people start dropping out.
Julie Gilbert's official hold time, 4 minutes and 20 seconds. The best in competition ever. Not bad for starting at Oconomowoc German Christmas market as a joke.
And none of us had ever heard of it. We didn't know what it was. And then in July, I got an email. And on the top it says, congratulations, you have qualified for the U.S. National Championships.
She said, why not? In high school, she was a gymnast specializing in uneven bars.
Yeah.
So she started training.
The best exercise that I did was this one. This muscle here is probably the one that I did the most to develop. And then along the back here.
And with her husband and her father, she headed to New York for September's U.S. Masskrugsstemmen Championship. A proud moment for her dad.
Oh yeah, I've told all my friends I belong to the Legion Post here in town, and they all know it and they've seen the pictures.
They get you started and they say 3, 2, 1, hold.
Her competitive side, she says, pushed her past all her recorded practice times.
It is kind of crazy. Like I am a national champion at something, and you know, this is my chance. This is my one last chance, so I'm going to give it all I got.
And sometimes when I'm out on stories and I have to hold the microphone, my arm gets tired.
Sure. Now, the CBS 58 Sports Zone with Scott Grotsky.
What was the toughest thing to do at first? Breathe, laugh, sleep?
All three.
Just think about that answer. That's Packers running back Ty Montgomery saying he had trouble breathing, sleeping, and laughing. He has multiple broken ribs, and he is still planning to play against the Cowboys on Sunday.
Just do it. That's as simple as it is. You just do it.
Wide receiver Davante Adams is still in the concussion protocol, but reportedly not ruled out for Sunday's game either. He's someone to keep an eye on, as Adams came back from a concussion on short rest last year without missing a single game. Danny Trevathan, the Bears linebacker who hit Adams, got a 2-game suspension reduced to 1 earlier today. Moving to the NBA, Thon Maker sat out of the Bucks preseason opener with an ankle injury, but should be ready for the regular season. Milwaukee is hoping for a sophomore surge from the 20-year-old Giant. Maker spent a lot of his offseason in the weight room trying to add muscle to his 7'1" frame. He's also been working on his jumper, but the biggest change in his second season might come from knowing what to expect off the court.
The toughest part was probably handling the off-court stuff at the same time as on court, and knowing that on court is a business, and you got to be able to perform. And also,
the Crew were picked to win around 70 games in what was supposed to be a rebuilding year. Instead, they went 86-76, finishing 1 game behind the Rockies for a playoff spot. At the end of the year, there's 2 ways to look at it: disappointing to come so close, or this young team could be very dangerous for years to come.
I use it and will use it as motivation. I think that's how is the proper way to use it, and a way for us to kind of step into next season and figure out what we can do a little bit better.
I think for all of us, it makes us look forward to spring training, first day of spring training, even more. I think we're all eager to continue this.
Paul Molitor's Twins are in trouble right now in New York. They trail the Yankees 7-4 in the 7th inning of their winner-take-all wild-card duel. The undefeated Badgers face their toughest test of the year this weekend, heading to Nebraska. Wisconsin is the clear favorite in the Big Ten West, but standing at...
Recapping your top stories at 10, a Wauwatosa native was killed in the Las Vegas attack. Steve Berger was celebrating his birthday when a gunman opened fire on a country music festival. Berger was 44 years old.
We'll find out tomorrow where the massive Foxconn plant is going to be built. Leaders will make that announcement at an event in Sturtevant. News conference starts at 11 in the morning.
New details about the Bucks Entertainment District. Updated plans include a beer garden in front of the new arena on Old World 3rd Street. And fans won't have to worry about braving the elements. The beer garden will be 75% covered.
Now that is going to be great.
That might be pretty neat.
Hey, and still warm on the 10-day forecast. 72 for tomorrow, chance for a shower in the morning, but...
Stephen Colbert is next. Thank you so much for joining us.